if the attendance of my other players does not improve, yeah, they can probably expect a lot more to happen where they just don't really have a character to come back to, because eventually it's just going to be like, look, you've been gone for like half a year, man. What did you expect? Well, I expected to come back to my character after half a year. You know? That's not how it works. Like, if you haven't played for half a year, in most games, yes, that's fine. However, this is not most games. This is D&D. D&D is very unlike most games. Very, very much unlike most games. D&D will, require you to consistently attend the sessions. Otherwise, you're not going to have a character to come back to, because the GM's going to sit there and say, well, they're not playing. I am. Therefore, I'm going to move on with the story without them. Whatever the story is at the time, I'm just going to move on. Time passed. Okay? And because their character was sitting there just staying put, their character just stops existing because they stopped playing. This is a live world. If you stop living for a little while, you kind of run the risk of not being able to return. It's like that in both D&D and real life. There reaches a point where even the medics are sitting there going, well, we tried, but eventually you're just not going to come back to life. And it's like, well, that's bad. You don't want to not come back to life. You want to be playing consistently. You want to be able to maintain at least maintain your character, and one aspect of my campaign is that because I started on the 3.5 rule set, I'm familiar enough with the overarching rules of the D&D system, not just the Magic the Gathering system, the Wizards of the Coast version, which hard caps at level 20. But I'm familiar with the 3.5 edition rule system to a degree, which allows you to actually have infinite levels. You're not hard capped at 20 in 3.5. You can have a level 50 character. You can have a level 90 character. You just need the experience, That being said, if you try and go for having a level, 80 character, I think it was level 60, you basically have to fight Tiamat just to level up, because that's just how much experience you need. You need a CR 30 worth of experience just to level up, because each time you level up, it's it's your level times 1,000 in experience to level up. So level 1 is 1,000 experience, and you level up. Level 2 is another 2,000 experience for a total of 3,000 experience. because you have the 1,000 from level 1 plus the 2,000 from level 2, which means you now have 3,000 experience. And then to go from level 3 to level 4 takes 3,000 experience on top of the 2,000 experience from level 2 plus the 1,000 experience from level 1. Meaning in order to hit level 4, you need 6,000 experience. To hit level 5, you need a total of 10,000 experience. To hit level 6, you need to have a total of 15,000 experience. You know, that is just how it is. It's level times 1,000 experience. You know, if you're level 5, you need 5,000 experience to level up to level 6. Cumulatively, that's a sum total. That's not all at once. That's just, you know, you're beating up monsters, and you can do it with, you know, CR0 monsters. It's just going to take a lot of them, you know. I also have it where if my players manage to roll a natural 20, 5% chance, then they will get a single D20 rolled, and whatever that roll is, they gain that much experience added to their character, which is very useful for them because that means that it is easier for them to level up faster. It also gives them an option of non-combat that allows them to level up. Meaning basically there's a way they can level up without needing to actually go out and fight. They don't need to fight constantly in order to level up and get stronger. They can, you know, go and, you know, be a bard. They can play Scanlan Shorthalt if they want. And they can be this little guy who runs around and charms everything and is just this most adorable little person. That's fine. That's an option because you can earn experience from all of your nat 20s. It also allows all of the NPCs a chance to level up rather easily, as the NPCs are able to also get nat 20s. So if they get, you know, very familiar with an NPC, they're able to very easily go out and have that NPC level up a lot if they aren't careful, you know, or if they are careful, depending on what kind of NPC it is and whether or not they want them to level up. For example, if it's an enemy NPC, they might not want that NPC to get stronger because it's an enemy. Really, Slime? I'm over here talking at the moment, and you're over here trying to make a bunch of slime noises. Well, guess what? Now you're nothing but a bunch of little slimes. Now I'm just gonna have to, you know, finish you off. Okay. That wasn't too difficult, but was kind of distracting. What was I saying? Something about NPCs getting stronger over time? Right. The NPCs are able to get a lot stronger depending on the scenario. This dirt's supposed to be on the other side. I was curious what I had done with all of this dirt. Now I know. I was like, I thought I had a lot more dirt than this. Turns out I did. first let me put this one away. Let me grab that one. And let me look in here. Yeah, it's full. Okay, let me go over here. Deposit the flint. Deposit the gravel. Deposit the granite. Deposit diorite. Deposit the andesite. Oh, I didn't have any andesite. Deposit the leather. Grab out the coal. Throw the coal in the furnace. The blast furnace, specifically. Go ahead and craft that block of coal there. Grab up all of this yummy experience. I'm decently sure that this is earning me more experience than normal, not less. Wait, no. Blast Furnace seems to be accurately giving the proper amount of experience. However, Oh, I have enough for another block of iron. The smoker up there is definitely giving a lot more experience than normal. Let's see. I think I need to go up here. Oh, wrong direction. Make sure I don't have any slimes above me. Okay, I'm good. Oops. But yeah, the various aspects of my D&D campaigns can be quite long-winded. This is a good moment for me to mention that it's really useful and really helpful if you like the video. It really helps the channel a lot. It also helps if you leave a comment, because that allows me to boost up my analytics on YouTube. The analytics, of course, dictate how YouTube handles the suggesting of my channel to other viewers. Therefore, if I get a lot of likes on my videos, then it will tell YouTube that it should suggest my videos to more viewers on their home screen, as well as in their suggested feed when they're watching videos, like the next video that it suggests at random. If the person doesn't set that up, or maybe if you're, for example, on a computer, it will have a higher chance of suggesting my content over other people's content if it's the type of content that those people are interested in. Which means basically if they're interested in Minecraft related content, or perhaps maybe D&D related content, or perhaps just Let's Play content, they'd be able to see my videos start showing up in their feed. I don't really have a good name for my Let's Play series. I have noticed that. I'm thinking of going with something involving some form of brand recognition, which means I probably want to include like my normal tag here of Blue Nexus Gaming in the channel content, in order to allow myself the opportunity to get more name recognition out there. Just basically get myself recognized. I am aware that it sounds a bit, silly, but selfish. I am aware that I can come off as a bit egotistical, but that's really the kind of mindset that you need if you're going to be extremely successful on YouTube, like to the point where you're making a living out of it. And that's what I hope to do one day. You just kind of need to have that mindset where it's just like, yeah, I know I'm awesome. That's kind of my lure. That's what attracts people to my channel, is quality. That's one of my driving things behind my brand is quality. I want Blue Nexus Gaming to really mean quality content, as far as what to expect, similar to how Il Mango is constantly recognized for being this brilliant redstone person, or King Daddy DMAC back when he was playing Minecraft, he was recognized for his knowledge on modding. He was just really good at figuring things out when it came to things like industrial craft or applied energistics. He was really good at it. Direwolf 20, another very popular, very common name, recognized for quality. You'll recognize a pattern here. All of these people are known for their quality content, and that's what got them famous, is their good quality. In Direwolf 20's case, he just started making videos for mod showcases back in the 1.7.10 days, and that got him hundreds of viewers. It lured in a very large audience for Direwolf 20, and Direwolf 20 is really good. I respect him as a Minecrafter, as well as, as a YouTuber, obviously, a YouTube content creator, because he does make good videos. He puts a lot of effort into his videos, and I recognize that. I respect that. Not everyone does that these days, which is kind of sad. A lot of people, they'll just sit there and, put in half the effort. Sometimes people will put in a lot of effort, but they won't show that effort. And it's like, well, why not? You're putting in all of this work. Why not show it on camera? A lot of these people on YouTube, like Mumbo Jumbo, he says that the problem with his Minecraft Let's Play series is, yes, it's a very slow burn for the vanilla series, because it takes forever to get everything just up and running, because you're not using mods, and then when you do finally get everything up and running, by that point, you've already established a primary base, and then you utilize the spawn base to, build up an actual primary base. You utilize your spawn base to fortify your primary base, and then once you have a fortified primary base, then you can, of course, go and do things like take on the Ender Dragon, You can build a nice looking base for starters. You can do all kinds of nifty little tricks that really help you spruce up your game and really makes things look more presentable. And then you can start getting to work on the really big farms. You can start getting to work on the mega base build. Like currently, I'm just working on the spawn chunks because I know that if I go and fight the Ender Dragon and then I die, I'm going to want to have access to all of these different things. I'm going to want to have access to a tree farm when I go to make my mega base, my primary base. This is just the spawn base. I'm just making spawn look nice at this point. Which means if something blows up my bed, or maybe, my bed's considered blocked for whatever reason, it'll send me back to world spawn, which is, it's right there on the map. I'm here, it's there. It's literally on the other side of the farm from where I am. There's the farm. Like, it's that close. That's world spawn. That's why I'm not too fussed if I accidentally lose the bed when I'm out and about. Yeah, I have another bed, which means I don't have to worry too much about, what if I lose the bed when it's late in the day and then I respawn and now it's night. Well, I have another bed. It's on top of this mountain over here on my right. It's the brown bed. It's up there. Which means I have two beds. Okay, fine. I have two beds. I have primary bed, backup bed. Great. Good plan. However, when it comes to planning for things much longer term, I'm going to need, for example, some form of armor station, which means I'm going to need somewhere that's actually stocked up with armor. On top of that, I'm going to need food to get back to wherever I died, because I'm probably going to be very far away from world spawn, which means I need to probably run all the way there, because I probably won't have the elytra for quite a while. If I did have the elytra, trust me, I'd be using it. Every time I go falling off this cliff, I'd be using elytra. Okay? I would love to have elytra for that, but I don't, because, well, I just haven't fought the Ender Dragon yet. I haven't even found an End Fortress. I haven't gotten to the point where my base is established enough for me to go looking for an End Fortress. I probably have enough Ender Pearls now. And if I did manage to kill the Ender Dragon, that would be great. But I'd have to basically sit there and deal with the fact that the Ender Dragon might be extremely, extremely glitchy. There was a point in time where the dragon breath from the Ender Dragon was just death incarnate. If you got hit with it, you just died. Just almost instantly. It would just eat right through your health. And it's like, wow, how is anyone supposed to fight this thing? Well, you don't. You just wait. Or you get really patient and you make sure you take out all the end crystals. That's one of the big things. You really have to take out the end crystals, and for that you're going to want a bow, because those things explode. They explode really large. Just pretend they're a charged creeper. Okay? If you take those out, you want to be as far away as possible. You also probably want to bring scaffolding from a bamboo forest, because that will allow you to quickly and easily build up to the top of one of those obsidian pillars, so that you can then take out the iron surrounding it. Or at the very least, it would allow you to pillar up a little bit so that you can get a better shot at one of those end crystals that are on top of there. However, you have to be very careful when doing that type of trick, because scaffolding is reliant on the block below it, which means if the Ender Dragon flies through your scaffolding, you're going to end up falling. Which means a better option is to utilize cobblestone. You don't want to utilize dirt, because dirt requires that you actually expend dirt, whereas cobblestone is entirely renewable easily. You don't have to go and gather some of the new moss blocks that they very recently added to the game. Those things are less than a few weeks old. If I had elytra, it would be very easy for me to make use of moss blocks, because I could very easily locate some of these new biomes and very easily harvest the new blocks. However, I don't have elytra, which means exploring extreme hills is extremely tedious, because I have to sit there and I have to basically carve my way up the hill. Because otherwise I'm sitting there doing parkour up a hill on Minecraft Bedrock Edition on Android from the Google Play Store, in case you wondered. By the way, if you are not able to afford Minecraft Bedrock Edition and you don't have Minecraft Java Edition, the alternative is to download the Google Opinion Rewards app for your Android device. That will allow you to start gathering Google Play credit if you answer enough surveys over a really extended period of time. Don't expect it to be a fast thing. Expect it to be a very slow thing. It goes faster if you utilize things like Google Maps, where you go out shopping and they'll ask you about like things you bought at the store. They'll ask you about, are you the type of person who utilizes these items? Are you the type of person who's interested in in college? Are you the type of person who, when you make a purchase, do you normally use a credit card? How often do you drive per week? Stuff like that. Like, they'll ask you questions about your advertising demographic. And you just answer honestly, and then they'll pay you based on what you answer. And it's not going to be much. It's going to be like 10 cents, 5 cents. No, actually, I think 10 is the lowest I've gotten. Except for one survey that was free, and I didn't really like that. The whole point of the survey is they reward you for answering surveys. It's the whole point of it. Therefore, they try to pay you. they try and pay you at least a little bit. If it's a really like informative survey, if it's the type of thing that they're really looking for, if you're really in their targeted demographic, then they will probably pay you more. However, you don't want to lie in these demographics, because this is going into your advertising profile, meaning it's getting filed away in your portfolio and getting sold to probably a few thousand people in order for them to recoup the benefits of offering so many people money for information that was otherwise useless, because, you know, while you might be getting $50-$60 for some super amazing survey that I've never heard of, most I've ever gotten was like $1.60. So like, while you might be getting $1.60, if they did that for everyone, then you have to think, how are they going to actually afford that? Like, someone is actually paying you. This money is coming from somewhere. But where is the real question? Where is the real problem? It's the real equation. There's an ad in the in Google somewhere that says, how do you solve for X? Do the math to nail the landing. Well, do the math. Somebody is paying the funds to pay you for doing these surveys. So if you lie about these survey answers, the only person you're going to mess up is yourself. You're going to screw yourself over, as they say. Another way of phrasing it is, you may shoot yourself in the foot, as it were. And you don't want that, you know. Therefore, don't shoot yourself in the foot, you know. It's like the saying of friendly fire isn't, you know. Friendly fire, ... isn't, because friendly fire isn't friendly. Friendly fire is unfriendly, you know. Friendly fire means you fire at friendlies. It means you're shooting at your teammates, which is bad. Unless, of course, you're shooting healing bullets like the medic from Team Fortress 2. At which point, that's still not friendly fire. That's just firing, you know. There is a difference. As you saw a moment ago, it's telling me that my storage space is running out. That's because I record 4 hours of footage at a time, usually. And as you may have noticed, we're at the 3.5 hour mark. Therefore, you know, my storage space is going to be running low, because I'm able to store 4 hours of footage at a time. And yes, this does mean that I play 4 hours a day of Minecraft every day. If you told some of the more popular YouTubers that I did that, they'd probably look at me like I'm crazy, because they've experienced the burnout that can happen when you're sitting there just doing the same task over and over and over every single day. It's called burnout, you know. You get very, very sick and tired of doing the same task on repeat over and over. However, if you're doing something that you really enjoy doing, it's not as tedious because you enjoy doing it. A good example is the YouTuber Project Incursus Gaming. He plays games like Forts and StarCraft 2. On StarCraft 2, which, by the way, is free to download, free to play, you just have to have a computer that's able to play it. But on StarCraft 2, Incursus managed to max out his rank on quite a few different modes. Same for the game Forts. However, StarCraft 2 is a lot more notable on doing that because not many people have actually maxed out their prestige on StarCraft. It is very difficult to do because you're getting maybe one level if you're doing really good and you win and you're MVP and the whole 9 yards. Like, you're getting maybe one level at best, and then it takes more experience at higher levels, so you're not even getting that at the higher levels. You know, towards the end of the games, towards the end of the leveling up system, you're just not getting anywhere near the level of experience that you would need in order to quickly advance through the levels of the prestige system for StarCraft 2. And yet, he has managed to consistently play enough StarCraft 2 that he has maxed out his prestige. And he's been maxed out for months now. He still plays StarCraft 2 to this day. You know, he just fires up the Let's Play live stream and he just goes at it. He plays StarCraft 2 multiplayer and he, plays the various different modes. Still maxed out prestige. He can't level up anymore. There's no benefits for him playing it. He just finds it relaxing. It's something he loves to do. And that really kind of hammers home the point of, if your work is something that you love to do, then you'll never work a day in your life, because you enjoy it so much that for you it's not work. You're just having fun. And other people are watching you and they're paying you in some form. In YouTube's case, you're paying me by watching me. That is the payment. Just watching. That is the payment. Liking the video helps. Subscribing helps. Leaving a comment helps. But the real payment is that watch time. The amount of time which you actually pay attention to the videos. That is the primary thing that actually does any form of quality control type of situation there. That's the motivation. That's the driving force. Because everything else just adds on to that. It gets me more people watching, more viewers, more people liking the video, more subscribers, more people who check out my Patreon. Every time it's a cascade effect where it just builds up and builds up and builds up. If you do that with sound, eventually you'll just reach this deafening roar. There's a song about a group of people in a mountain village, and the mountain was named Happy, and it's actually a horrible song because it's all about like the destruction of that mountain, but it drives home the point of, if you let it build up, it will just continue to build up and build up and build up until finally up is it's like a few hundred steps up for some of you. Like for Incursus, having 26 subscribers in a day, yeah, that's probably he could probably get 26 subscribers in a week. You know, that's nothing for Incursus. Me, that's all of my subscribers combined. Currently, 26. That's my number. Last I checked. Might be 27 now. Might be 28. But if you hit that subscribe button, you can change that number. You can increase that number. If you hit the like button, you can lure people in who have not yet subscribed. And they can hit the subscribe button and they can increase that number. And as they do, they will lure more people in who will then also want to hit that subscribe button, and they will want to hit that like button, and they'll lure more people in, who will then want to lure more people in, who will want to lure more people in. It's a cascading effect. You know, it's a cumulative cascading effect. There was a show called 6 Degrees to Kevin Bacon, meaning Kevin Bacon had gone before these producers and he said, I bet that there are tons of people out there who know someone who knows 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 me. And they said, no way. Well, guess what? Turns out he was right. 6 Degrees to Kevin Bacon was a massive success. There are trillions or billions, probably billions. I think there's only a few billion people in the world at the moment. But there's a billion people in the world who know someone in some way that could get them in contact with Kevin Bacon if they just told like a person who told a second person who told a third person who told a fourth person who told a fifth person. And that fifth person knows Kevin Bacon. And it's like, wow, you do know a lot of people. It's like, yeah. And you know what? Because you know me, guess what? That means they know you. And it's like, oh, well, now that is a nifty trick. You know? Yeah, you can see some of the dangers of building without lighting versus building with lighting. Building without lighting. Creeper, 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 zombie, spider. Building with lighting. Nothing. No monsters. Yeah. Definitely make sure you light up your builds when you build. Same for over there. I lit up the top of that because otherwise monsters would spawn up there and then I'd have to take them out. Now, speaking of taking them out, I have to take out a bunch of creepers. By the way, if you ever want to cancel an arrow shot, just shoot the ground. Okay, apparently this area is far enough away that they actually all just despawned, which is also effective, but that's beside the point. That's only because I'm on render distance, or simulation distance 4. That doesn't work on all servers. But yeah, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon points out that, you know, we all know someone who knows someone who knows someone. It's just a matter of who knows that they know those people. Who knows that they're that well connected? Me? I'm well aware that I'm that well connected. And because of that, I'm able to have this YouTube channel. Because this YouTube channel is built on that property. You know, that's the whole